Hello. Today I want to talk about how to not give a fuck about your passion and how to actually follow your insecurity and how that has gotten me everything I wanted out of life so far. I look back on a young 18-year-old Noah and when I graduated high school when I realized, hey, the real world is a real thing. I can go out and set goals and accomplish things. And I'm looking back, it's December 22nd as we go into 2025, and I'm realizing that there are a lot of goals that I set a year ago or 2 years ago or even 5 years ago that I accomplished. And I'm kind of wondering why I have accomplished my goals and other people haven't. I'm not trying to be a dick or be braggadocious or anything. I'm just genuinely looking back in a kind of a form of reflection, trying to figure out what is it about me that makes me different. Kind of like what is my fuel source and why am I accomplishing the things I want where other people are kind of staying stagnant. And so one of the biggest things that I would love to address here is that I have used my insecurity as a fuel source for many, many years. And a lot of people say that that's bad. A lot of people say, hey, follow your passions, follow what you care about, follow what you're interested in. And yes, curiosity is a secondary driving factor for me, but my number one fuel source that I'm recognizing that I've used has been my own insecurity. So when I was 16 years old, I was 6'1", 135 pounds. So you can imagine that's quite the string bean. I was extremely scrawny. And I never had a problem with it. I got girls, everything was fine. Which, when you're 16, getting girls is the only metric of, whether or not you're good looking. And so I never really felt like I needed to change. And then I realized, hey, as we're getting older, you want to be a man of substance. You want to be a man of strength. You want to be able to provide and protect and take care of people. And being strong physically is definitely a metric for that. And so, that realization coupled with a heartbreak allowed me to start getting in the gym. I got extremely motivated, got in insane shape, went from 135 pounds to 170 pounds in a year and all the way up to 190 pounds in about 2.5 years. And I realized, wow, fitness showed me how to be accountable. Fitness showed me how to fitness was the first thing in my life that ever taught me about inputs and outputs. If I ate clean, I looked good. If I didn't, I didn't. If I ate clean, I felt good. If I didn't feel good. So I realized, hey, life really is a binary code of did I do what I'm supposed to do today or not? And that allows me to kind of compound by just being consistent. So the best piece of advice I can give you, if you're looking to go into 2025 and you're tired of looking at your goals from last year and realizing you didn't hit them, is to just start chasing the things that make you insecure. Right? And because those are such pressing issues that your insecurity will almost force you to show up and be consistent. And so that example of me using my insecurity about being too scrawny to get into the gym, that opened up a world of opportunities for me that I could have never dreamt of. I became a supermodel off of just getting in the gym. I didn't realize that I had such good looking genetics under my skin, but all I had to do was work out and get in shape. And all of a sudden I realized, I'm like, wow, I'm top 1% good looking. I can now get booked and paid. I can get paid $2,500 a day to go sit and model clothes, or I can get paid nothing but get a free flight to New York to go walk Fashion Week, or I can go hang out with the upper echelons of society just because I'm good looking. I have the goal in the back of my mind subconsciously of, it'd be dope to be a model. And I don't think that's a super normal goal for a Midwestern, 14, 15-year-old boy to want to become a fashion model, but it was always lingering in the back of my mind. And then once I started getting in shape and posting on Instagram, I had modeling agencies reaching out to me asking, hey, will you come in? Will you take some digitals? Will you kind of show us what you might look like in this or that? And that opened up a world of opportunity for me. So me being insecure at 135 pounds led to me accomplishing one of my dreams and manifesting one of my goals, which was to be a model. And so that's just a prime example of using your insecurity to manifest your goals. And so obviously after I modeled for a while, I realized, hey, $2,500 a day sounds great, but the reality of the situation is as a model, there are pay periods. So say I work today and I'm signed up to make $2,500. In reality, I'm going to get a check for probably $1,190 6 months from now after my agency has absolutely bent me over. And, FICA, whoever the fuck that bitch is, came in and took a part of that check as well. And so I realized, hey, this is not getting me the cash I want. And a lot of modeling is Nepo babies. They don't tell you this, but a lot of the top models are just rich rich kids whose parents paid certain photographers to give them a brand. And they, kind of hung around the same circles as a lot of the celebrity models. So they were kind of, famous or kind of relevant by association. And so all of a sudden I'm realizing, hey, 99% of these models are not being paid, but they're all able to, go to LA, go to New York, and live here full time because their parents are giving them an Amex that they can swipe 50 G's a month on. And so all of a sudden this new insecurity popped up of finances, and I never grew up rich. If anything, we grew up kind of poor. But the biggest takeaway was I never felt the pain of being poor that bad until I realized, man, I'm in a world of, I'm getting status for being good looking, but I'm realizing there's the next level of status, which is money. And so that opened up this next rabbit hole for me where I realized, man, I need to learn how to make money. You know, I saw all these guys that were making money with crypto. I had no idea what the fuck that was. I saw people running agencies, running online businesses, selling courses, consulting, shit like that. It never made any sense to me. But that opened my eyes to the reality that a lot of people make money in abstract ways, non-traditional ways. And that gave me this glimpse and this insight into the online business ecosphere, which I now exist in today, you know, and I discovered wholesaling real estate, which is one of my current businesses right now. And when I found wholesaling real estate and I saw people doing $10,000, $15,000 a deal, my goal was just to do one of them. All I want to do is get around these wholesalers that were, you know, these wholesalers to me look like mobsters. You know, these guys were just making cash on the internet. You know, they didn't even have to buy a property. They just flip a contract, make $15,000. It was so cool to me. And all I want to do is get around these guys, you know, just so I could kind of soak up the game and learn from them. And fast forward now, you know, that was 2021. Fast forward now, 2024 going into 2025, I have a real estate company. You know, we do 5 to 10 deals a month. We literally closed 4 deals this week alone. And so my insecurity around money led me to my business now. My business hires people. You know, I do deals with people who solely depend on that income. And it feels good, you know, to run a business and to make cash. And the making cash world has exposed me to so many other pieces of the matrix that I'm now awake and aware to because I've taken the next step. And so to summarize everything I'm saying, pay attention to what your insecurities are. You don't have to focus on this bullshit of like, hey, what am I passionate about? What do I really care about? Do I want to save the turtles? Save all that shit for when you have bread and relevance so you can bring attention and money to something to fix it, you know, because attention and money is going to fix 99% of problems. So figure out what makes you insecure. You know, if you're ugly and that bothers you, don't focus on, man, I'm going to get great grades. Just fix your fucking skincare. Go to the gym. Get some fucking sleep. Drink some water. You know, put the Panda Express down. If you are out of shape, same shit. Go to the gym. If you're poor, learn about business, right? But the thing is, going back to modeling, if I never had the insecurity of, man, I need to get into shape, I would have never accomplished my goal in modeling. But the opportunity opened itself up to me. So the whole point is just follow your insecurities. Those will guide the path much more than this bullshit guru space saying, oh my God, follow your passions, because that shit's lame.